together very briskly, and I guess that's what we've been waiting on here. So, and we see that our NPSL regional finals here are doing the same thing that is done in many countries now, with youth players going out with the players out into the middle of the field. That has always been seen as kind of a reminder to the players that they're role models for the youth players, and so it's nice to see that here too. This isn't right. He's starting.
And now for our starting lineups. The Erie Admirals, starting in goal, Daniel Mudd. On defense, number 3, Tom Davis. On defense, number 5, Samuel Oakey. On defense, number 6, Gary O'Neill. In the midfield, number 7, Shane Howard. Defense number 8, Kevin Caden. At forward, number 10, Afreen Latifi. In the midfield, number 11, Daniel Deacon. In the midfield, number 14, Ryan Johnstone. In the midfield, number 18, Sean Riley. And at forward, number 22, Billy Colton. Coaches for the Erie Admirals are John Melody and Michael Blythe. And now for your Quad City Eagles. Starting in goal. Eves, the Wolfman, Dietrich. On defense, number 2, Simon Brown. On defense, number 3, Geraldo Garza. On defense, number 6, Kurt Albrecht. In the midfield, number 8, Evelyn Jacoby. At forward, number 9, Eduardo Garza. At forward, from Davenport, number 10, Hendrik Tyson. In the midfield, number 11, Javier Ramirez Bautista. In the midfield, from East Moline, John Sandoval. In the midfield, number 18, Kevin Cavers. And at defense, number 27, David Wood. Coaches for the Quad City Eagles, Scott Mejia and John Mantle. If everyone would now please rise for the playing of our national anthem, then please remove your hats.
Good.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose much stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs
right.
That was Ariel Copel. Referees for today's game. Head referee, Edgar Osorio. Assisted by Nicholas Ramos, Antonio Barajas, and Isidro Barajas. Let's play some soccer.
All right. Our stadium announcer has said it. Let's play some soccer, and looks like we're about to start on this Midwest Regional Final. We got some information from the announcer about the exact designation here, and that there are 63 teams across the country in this National Premier Soccer League. And so we're going to get going here. There is one change, I think, if you noted the lineups from the PA announcer here, you got it right. The lineup that I gave earlier to try to kind of give you a heads up, I think I made 2 mistakes on number 5. Michael Davis is not starting, and the goalie is not Tyler Cowherd, but Yves the Wolfman Dietrich, who I happen to know is a German national and likes to go by the Wolfman. We'll see if the Wolfman has any bite today, Larry. What do you think?
I have not seen him play. I cannot tell you that.
All right.
I do know that we got the Eagles going to the west and the Admirals going to the east.
Yes, that's right. And the Admirals are in black. We were looking at them warm up in red. They're in all black strip. And our Quad City Eagles are with orange jerseys and navy blue shorts and socks. And so we're set to go here. It looks like the Eagles are going to be kicking off, and we'll try to let you know the players. I don't know how well on your TV screens you're going to be able to see the numbers, so we'll try to identify them for you as much as we can, and hopefully also let you know what we're thinking, right, Larry?
Correct. We're going to try and do our best, that's for sure.
Again, it's a beautiful evening. Breeze has picked up. Should be fun for us to watch. Maybe a little hotter for them down on the field. So here we go with a couple passes by the Eagles. That's Emlyn Jacoby in the middle there. He's a player you'll notice throughout the play, number 8. He was a very dominant player when we watched him a few years ago, and he's already shown that he's still a dynamic player. This is, of course, the beginning of a period in a game and a playoffs like this where the teams have never faced each other, probably don't have a whole lot of scouting report on each other as well, and so they're gonna be feeling each other out a little bit here to start with. So what we'll mainly do is try to let you know who the players are, and it must say also that the Erie Admirals have rather small numbers, but because they're in white on black, they should be at least readable. So we're trying to go over the wing. The Admirals again pass it back to their goalkeeper, Daniel Mudd. As we joked earlier, his name is already Mudd. So hopefully we don't wish that young man any bad experience here, but that's kind of fun to say.
And that keeper, that Mr. Mudd, has got a heck of a foot. He can get that ball out there.
He booted that. What, about 70 yards?
Yeah.
That's professional type distance, isn't it?
Yes, I was surprised. I didn't, usually at this level you see a 50, maybe a 60-yarder, but that was just awesome.
Okay, here come the Eagles. But taken away, and a long ball, and there's our Wolfman, his first touch on the ball, and making a pass out to the wing rather than the long ball. And again, we're seeing some longer balls here in the early going. Number 14 seems to be a key player for them in midfield. Number 14 would be Ryan Johnstone. And here Jacoby with the intercepted pass, stolen pass, and out to that, I believe, is Kendrick Tyson on a long run, and a nice crossing ball by Kendrick Tyson there. And here comes the folks from Erie. But again, the Eagles have the ball. Number 11 dispossessed. And again, Jacoby. Oh. And ball out from number 12. That would be John Sandoval. And it winds up with Mr. Mudd.
I think, like you said, Jens, the first few minutes of the game is always a feel type game where they're trying to get accustomed to the other players. But I think the Admirals are having a hard time putting two passes together.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we have an advantage here. I'm not exactly sure how the decisions are made in the NPSL, but because we're at home, and of course Erie, obviously, my goodness, Erie must be at least 500-600 miles away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, off the post. There was an opportunity. Number 9, Eduardo Garza, was in the middle of that, and also number who's number 11, Javier Ramirez Batista. Both of those players were involved with the first real opportunity of the game. There's number 10. Looks like we might get a corner out of that. That was again Kendrick Tyson from Davenport, a current St. Ambrose player who was on the ball, and he looks like he's also taking the corner. Kendrick Tyson is somebody we noticed, especially for his speed, I think, Larry, 2 years ago. It looks like his touch has improved, and he's much more of an all-around player at this point. But again, we're looking at just a couple of minutes here in the game. Bad clearance really there. Jacoby on the ball. Again, Jacoby on the ball. And here, a little bit too soft on that touch there, but it looks like the Eagles are going to wind up with it. On the throw is Kurt Albrecht, another player we remember from a couple years ago. Now that time, that was just people running the bleachers, Larry. I felt the booth move here. So I don't think we're experiencing any seismic activity. Our long cross in there, nice. Oh.
We've had a couple pretty good chances here.
Yep.
Just haven't capitalized on it yet, but it seems like the Eagles are putting the pressure on.
At any rate, what happened in that play that I'm sure you noticed was that I think there was a foul called by the linesman on one of our offensive players. I think it might have been number 9, Eduardo Garza, who's kind of playing the point for us right now with Ramirez Batista and Jacoby and Sandoval behind him. Long ball, offside call. Hard to see from our angle there. We'll have to assume the referees had a better angle on it, but certainly he wasn't offside when he got the ball. But the offside, of course, is called when the ball is played, not when the player receives the ball. So our Wolfman has taken the kick, and we'll get a chance to see the length of his kicks here. So from the 20 to the 25, so that's about 45-yard kick, but that was more with purpose, I think, than distance. So.
Right. Yeah, that had a little direction to it.
Yep. Yeah, he's trying to find somebody with that ball. And another direct ball, and we have our number 22, I believe that was, or is that 27? It must be 27. Yavid Wood was a defender on that ball. Number 10 had the ball, and there's Wood on the clearance again. Battle for the ball in midfield, and here come the Admirals again. Long ball through. Wood on the ball. Is he going to give up a corner? No, he catches up with it. A little stumble, and a throw in for the Eagles. I can't tell. We have a 22. I see the guy with a 22 out there. We don't have a 22 on there.
The only 22 is the Colton boy.
But that's on the Erie team. All right, the Admirals have it down at the Eagles' end, really for the first time this game, and it looks like they're maybe have a set play on the throw here. We'll find out. Number 10 taking the throw, who is Afreem Latifi. Long throw into the backs. Headed clear.
Nice takeaway there.
Yeah. Oh, Wolfman on that ball. He gobbled it up. It's a nice, hard-driven cross on the ground. Again, we're just getting familiar with the Erie players here, so we'll give you their names as we become more familiar with them. Now they're trying to do a little bit more build-up here than they were before, but it always seems that there's a I'm going to assume that our number 22 is Javid Wood. He's the only one that has a 20 number out there at all that's playing. So we're going to say that who's been on the ball a number of times in the middle of our defense for the Eagles is Javid Wood. Jacoby tries to take the ball wide, but it was number 18 Kevin Cavers who put that ball out to the wing. Number 19 on the ball. That's number 10. Afreem Latifi. All right, we had a trip there on number 7. Shane Howard by our number 3, Geraldo Garza.
Sounded to me like that might have been a yellow card, the way that referee blew that whistle, but
there was no card out, was there? I didn't see anything.
Nope, no card. So I was a little deceived there by the sound of that whistle. Usually when you're given a card, the whistle comes out loud and hard.
And it was a pretty blatant foul, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Again, advantage, of course, is that the Eagles have played on this field throughout the season, and we, of course, have no idea what kind of fields Erie plays on, whether they play on turf fields like this or natural grass. But again, it's still we're now 11 minutes into the game, and we had, of course, had that one little deflection off the post, and that was about it, wasn't it, Larry?
Yeah, not a whole lot. I don't think Erie's got a shot at all, do they? They got the one real decent cross on the ground, but that's about it.
Looks like we had a handball there by the, I think, the right back of Erie, and it'll be a direct free kick. And it looks like we're getting another ball. Looks like, Geraldo Garza will be taking the free kick here. Looks like Geraldo might have a pretty good left foot the way he's lined up here. And we've got Tyson and the other Garza, Eduardo. Nice high ball, cleared. Oh, I would say that the goalie there, Mr. Mudd, was a little hesitant there. I think that's a ball that he maybe should have gotten to. So another opportunity Looks like that ball went out of play before Geraldo Garza could send it down the field. So here we have a throw in from number 6, who is O'Neill.
Yeah, going back to that set play, that was a nice left foot to put that clear on the backside of that post and give them an opportunity.
Number 7 is through here. Howard, long cross. Number 7, yes, is Howard. And again, some danger here. Probably the best opportunity. It looks like number 22, Billy Colton, had the opportunity there. So that was a couple of dangerous crosses there, and I think for the most part, if I had to make any evaluation of the game at this point, Larry, I would say that Erie is playing a slightly more what I would call an English or British game, in that they're hitting a lot of long balls and crosses, and whereas we're playing more of a what I would call more of a modern game that has some dribbling, just like we saw there from and a long shot there from Kendrick Tyson, and some, trying to find a rhythm for some stringing some passes together.
Yes, I think you're right.
I mean, we've hit some balls long too, and that's always part of the game. You gotta test the other team with some long balls from time to time. But it seems to me with Erie, it looks like they're getting a ball about to midfield, and then at some point they're hitting it. They're just hitting it long.
Yeah, I think the Eagles' defense has a lot to do with it. They've been pretty good with keeping the ball in front of them. When Erie does get it by, though, they tend to put on a pretty good cross. Like you said, that's what they're looking for.
Yavi Wood headed that ball out again. That's about third or fourth time he's kind of taken charge back there. He's playing a central defensive role, and his number is 27. Larry, I just got a real good look at the back of his shirt.
Okay.
The stylized numbers that our team has are a little hard to read sometimes. Oh! And that was, I believe, from Eduardo Garza after a pass from Kendrick Tyson, and a real good shot on goal just wide. And it looks like we've got another corner, and Kendrick Tyson has that. And I must say we're seeing some players with their hands on their hips already, and we're 15 minutes into the first half. So we got another half hour this half. So I think the heat is telling there, but it also shows the effort and, of course, the excitement of a regional playoff game here. They want to give it all, and it's hard to hold back. Oh no! Whoa! It looked like John Sandoval went up there even with the keeper. Looked like he was straight up, but got called for the foul. I don't know. We see a replay on that, Jess? It looked to me like it was just straight up and down. You couldn't. It was a crowd. There might have been some little hand jive going on there, or some tugging or whatever. But I sure didn't see it. It looked like two guys going straight up for the ball. It didn't result in a goal anyway. But the whistle was blown against the attacking player, which I actually thought. I want to call him Roger Mudd. Remember the old newsman, Roger Mudd?
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Mudd, I thought really should have had that ball cleanly. So maybe he saw something that we didn't. Obviously, they're a little closer to the field than we are. Here's Eduardo Garza again on the ball, and a nice dribble. He's had a couple of nice scenes here with dribbling, turning his defender inside and out, and the shot, and Mudd is right there. Nice play by Eduardo Garza, our number 11. That would be not his name. Number 11 is Mr. Ramirez Batista. So, Eduardo, I've been giving you too much credit, and Javier Ramirez Batista, I haven't been giving you enough there. So that was a really nice move by Ramirez Batista, and a nice shot. And he's been involved quite a bit. Eduardo Garza is playing more of an up-front role, and Ramirez Batista is more out on the right wing with Jacoby in the middle, and Kendrick Tyson kind of roving. And trying to see where John Sandoval is. I thought I saw him up higher earlier, so. So again, the numbers are not real easy to read. We'll try to get better at it as the game goes on. So especially if some of you players are watching the game and we don't get your number right, like I just got it wrong there, you know, bear with us. We'll try to get better. And here we have number 12. That is John Sandoval moving up the field. And John is listed as a midfielder, so he looks like he's maybe in the defensive midfield a little bit. And there's John on the ball again, and Jacoby. And Kendrick Tyson got taken down pretty hard there. Oh, and what was a little do-si-do that the referee was doing with Jacoby there? I don't know what that was. I know that it looked like the Erie coach was saying that it was all ball. He didn't even see a foul there. Certainly a pretty hard challenge, if nothing else. All right, we got Geraldo Garza made a nice hit a nice ball before to create an opportunity that Mudd struggled with. Let's see what happens this time. It's in Mudd's bailiwick there, but he handles that one cleanly, I should say.
I think he's a pretty decent keeper. That last shot, they had a buzzer on the ground. He covered that like nobody's business, and he was on top of that one too.
Oh, there's number 7. That's the man Howard, and a shot, and the Wolfman Dietrich is right on top of it. And we have number 2 as our right back. Where's number 2? Oh, Simon Brown. Simon Brown is the right back. Should make some. Just making some notes here for the various players. I think Kendrick Tyson is actually usually playing. Oh, now see, I've seen some hits going on. Oh, no. Whoa. As Ryan Howard again, he broke through. You know, you can say what you want about English style of play, but their direct play can often cause some real problems, you know, out of nothing. All of a sudden, you're playing very directly towards goal, and that's exactly what happened there. Mr. Howard, Shane Howard, I think I called him Ryan Howard. I'm thinking Pennsylvania, you know, they must be related. But Shane Howard has had a couple opportunities. A long high cross. There's that wouldn't have even been a rugby goal, I don't think. But I'm looking at. I think we have some height advantage on these guys. I don't know the way you're looking at it, Larry, but it seems that on some of the crosses and stuff on both ends of the field that we seem to be getting up higher. And
it sure does.
And I mean, it's always a false sense of security because you can get a little guy get up high one time and beat you on a header. But I always think that if you've got a little bit of a height advantage, that you know, that takes away one weapon from the other team. This ball is played wide and kept in play by number 6, who we've called his number. That's Gary O'Neill, who is their right back. And there's Simon Brown on the ball. Pass up to Kendrick Tyson. But first touch kind of failed him. And Javid Wood on again. There's Sandoval on the ball. And let me identify this player here, number 18, it looks like. That is Kevin Cavers. He's another one of our defensive midfielders, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jens. Most of the players that are playing up above the goalie and two defenders, a goalie and two defenders are 6'2", 6'2", 6'1",
Oh, okay, you're looking at that. Yeah, we don't have that.
and a 6'1", but I don't think they don't have a single player above 5'10" above that.
Okay.
So I think we're probably
How tall is their keeper? Their keeper is
6'2".
6'2", and we don't have that information for our
No.
team. So, but I know. I mean, I think Garza up front is got to be over 6 foot. Number 9, Sandoval is. Kendrick Tyson has got to be 6 foot at least.
Emlin's probably at least 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I think on the attacking part of it, we got an advantage. On the defensive part, without knowing what our defense is, I think they have an advantage because they.
Well, that Yavid Wood in the middle has got to be 6'4". He's got a tall haircut too, but
No.
he's up there. Okay, that was headed out there. Oh. Now, see, that type of undercutting has happened a number of times where there's been kind of little hits here and there that have been missed. And I think it's one of those things, if a guy lets that go, he better get a whole control of it at some point, you know?
Yeah, because if you don't, it will get out of control, and when it does, it's
Yeah.
usually too late.
See, now, see, I think what's happened, we got away with a few of those early on. Now all of a sudden he's calling them. Now, if he stays consistent from this point on, we're only at the 24th minute. That won't make a whole lot of difference. But he can't be letting it go one time and then not letting it go another time. Larry, you good with these players? I'm going to switch this around just because I've got of where they're on the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know our players enough that. And I'll keep trying to mention their names correctly. Okay, just going to switch the sheets here. So here we go, and it's number 11, Daniel Deacon taking the long ball. That's dangerous, but the Wolfman punches it out, but it's still in the possession of Erie. Number 3, Tom Davis on the ball there, but again the Wolfman has it. And drop kicks it. That was a drop kick, Larry. That wasn't.
You don't see that very often.
No. Interesting. Yeah, ball.
That was a nice long ball, but really a wasted one.
Who was that? Was that from one of our field players?
Center mid or center D.
Oh, that would be Yavid Wood. Yeah, I'm going to go back to where I had the papers because I'm screwing myself up here. So. All right. Played out here to O'Neill. That is Shane Howard again to O'Neill. O'Neill. Oh, here's Lafitte Ephraim with a nice shot. Bounced off of Dietrich, but he gobbled it up. Well, that was one of their better efforts. That number 10, Latifi. I think I called him Latif Ephraim. His first name is Ephraim. His last name is Latifi. At least that's the way it's written here. And he had a burst of speed there. He had a burst of speed. They've got to watch that. There's another through ball. And he's a player from Kosovo. Kosovo, you might remember, is used to be part of Albania. It's in the Balkan Peninsula, and they produce a lot of very skilled players there. Yugoslavia, Serbia, Croatia, and so forth. So I think we better keep an eye on number 10. For one thing, I noticed he was over here on our side before, on the right side of the Erie attack, and now he's on the left side. So he's moving around so that he has an opportunity to contribute. And I did see a good turn of speed from him there when he took that shot.
Yeah, he obviously got good speed. He's not very big. 5'10", 157
oh no,
pounds.
He's not a big guy.
He's got some legs under him.
Yeah. That was Kendrick Tyson again on the dribble, and he's got the throw in. And number 6, Kurt Albrecht, looks like he's I don't know if he's playing, he's moved into the middle of the defense where Garza has gotten a drink here, so. And there's number 18, that is Cavers on the ball. Cavers is a student at Loras College up in Dubuque. School you're familiar with, right, Larry?
I am. My son went there.
Yeah.
Played soccer there. Been there several times.
Yeah, also the school that Brandon Dempsey played at, I think.
Brandon Dempsey,
yeah. From our home community. All right. Oh, now can't be offside when. Oh, it's got. Oh, you have to say that is a wasted opportunity.
That was definitely wasted.
That was our Eduardo Garza intercepting beautifully a pass, a terrible back pass from, I think it was O'Neill. Looks like the first substitution has happened here. I didn't see who, or is it? No, he's just calling somebody over to talk to him. Number 18, Sean Riley. But I think Garza was just kind of pooped when he got the ball, because he shot from way too far out.
Well, and that left-footed shot with a hook, I mean, he had no chance of even going near the goal.
Right. And I think Garza is right-footed, so he was on his off foot, and but I think there was also another shot there from, I believe that was Ramirez Batista, Javier, and I think there was a little fatigue there on Garza's part, where he had no other ideas other than to just shoot. He obviously knew that the defenders were breathing down on his neck. I mean, that's almost one of those deals in soccer where you get a gift like that, and it surprises you so much that you don't deal with it in the best way, and I think that's what's happened.
Well, I am by far not any kind of a player like he is, but I would think with the player with his skill, it would have behooved him just to slow that down a little bit, change direction, and take his right foot. He would have been more open for it, more on goal.
Yeah, the only thing I would add is that the defenders, of course, once that terrible back pass had been made, they were bearing down on him, and I'm sure he could feel that. I mean, if you get a professional player, that was a nice handball out of bounds. Then you certainly expect that they put those away. They don't miss opportunities like that, but that's just the difference between that level of play and where we're at here. Not that these aren't good players, but it's just, there are different levels. And
they're growing into the game.
Yeah, that's right. And I got a feeling Eduardo might practice a breakaway like that. Here we got another breakaway. Oh, but it's offside this time. And I out of the corner of my eye, I believe that was our Ramirez Batista again, number 11. I saw him out of the corner of my eye, and it looked like he might have been there, might have been offside. So that one I can't complain about too much. We have O'Neill on the ball again. Again, a long ball up to Shane Howard, who lost the ball, and Geraldo Garza cleared it, but back in the possession. And here's O'Neill on the wing again with a nice through ball, but Yavid Wood clears it again, but out of play. So we're getting under a little bit of pressure here, Larry, and I think again I do think we're pretty comfortable up here in the booth, but I have a feeling that down there, just by the way things are happening, when very good players are making not stellar plays here, to me that usually indicates there's some fatigue involved.
Well, and I was noticing we were talking about the field. I mean, I believe that's probably a good. Goal for who? Afrim
Latifi scored the goal. And we were just talking about him, Larry.
Yes, we were.
And I believe, I'm thinking the assist was from number 22. I'm pretty sure.
I believe you're right. And 22 is
Billy Colton.
Yep, Billy
He's the
Colton.
other forward. So that was pretty unstoppable by the Wolfman there. He could have had a whole wolf pack with him. I don't think he would have stopped that one. So now we got some work to do. Albrecht now on the wing. Albrecht bringing it in, taking a dribble. Not afraid to go at him as a defensive player, which is nice to see. Obviously, the Eagles are not happy with the result and keeping possession here nicely. And I don't think we had that aggressiveness early on, Larry, that we had our outside backs attacking like Albrecht just did there. I was glad to see that. That's what they've got to do. They've got to come right back at him now.
Well, and I think the one thing about this game versus your regular season game is here you lose, you go home.
That's right.
And so the important thing is to finish.
Yep.
And so far with the three decent shots that we've had on goal, we just can't finish.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we had one early in the game off the post. We had that, well, usually in soccer when there's a wide open goal, you call it a sitter. What Eduardo Garza had certainly wasn't a sitter because he wasn't sitting anywhere near the goal. That is, by the way, Cavers again on the ball. And again, we're keeping better possession at this point. Now, what we've done a couple times, the last few possessions we've had, I've noticed we keep the ball, and then we've been hitting a hard ball forward. And now that I understand that, to me that's kind of an old East Moline tactic, because the ball rattles around in there and you coach your players to knock it down and shoot on goal. But I don't know if at this level it'll be that successful. I think when we're making passes like that, I'd like to see it get it into the box and then take the shot. But we'll see. Got a lot of game left. We're in the 35th minute. We have 10 minutes in the first half. It's only 1-0, and we've had plenty of opportunities. If we can just use those opportunities, we're gonna make this a nice ball game.
well, and stay calm. It's like you said, it's not the end of the game. It's got plenty of time ahead of us, and stay calm and one at a time.
Now here's a long ball to Tyson. Kendrick Tyson. And a lot of moans in the crowd. A lot of them felt that there was very little contact between Kendrick and their defensive player. And of course, it wound up in the back of the net, but of course will not count. But now I have to think that there's a good example. That was a long ball that had some purpose to it,
Mm-hmm.
So that if the foul hadn't been called, whether it was a foul or not is again difficult for us to. Oh, we've got our first yellow card, it looks like, and that's on Sandoval. And
I hope we're not starting to lose our heads, because that'll cost them dearly.
yeah,
They need to stay calm, play their game, finish.
I think there's a lot of game left here, and I agree with you totally, Larry. They've got to, no matter how hot it may be out there, they've got to keep cool heads, and this also is where leadership on a team comes into play, like the players that we've mentioned for the most part, who are players that have been with the team now for 3 years. They granted they haven't been in this type of playoff situation before, but they've played a lot of games together and they know what it takes to win. I don't know. I find the touch and the skill level. Wow, Another great shot. That was by Shane Howard, again, who's another dangerous player, but a nice clearance by Dietrich, the Wolfman. And again, another save. So they're coming at us. They're coming at us. I think...
well, and they're not waiting to make that short pass to the goal. They're just letting it rip.
Yeah.
And
But
sometimes you got to do that.
But you know, they are the last few times now they've been in the box when they've made that shot. You know, they're not. It's not like they're taking long shots or making long passes. They are.
Yeah, they're all within 18. But
Yeah.
you know, that's. I see a lot of times, and I haven't seen this team play enough to know, but I see a lot of times they're always trying to get in the 6 and make the score from there, and the goal actually should be scored from outside the 6, so you got room to do that.
Well, I think you know, if at this level, if you are waiting to get into the 6, you're going to be waiting a long time.
Yep, you're in trouble.
You may by dominating, you know, at some point get an opportunity in the 6. I think that's not Shane Howard again, but there's the goal scorer. This one over the top. And I think that was Billy Colton. Coming up the left side there again. Looks to me like they've got Colton in the middle there, the assist guy on the first goal.
Yeah, he's a pretty good sized boy. 6'1",
Yes, he is.
165.
And Shane Howard is to the outside, and 14 here is one of the midfielders that's Ryan Johnstone. That's 14, that's Johnstone. Here is the goal scorer again. You better be careful. He was shut down nicely by Albrecht there. And that's Johnstone again. That's Geraldo Garza making a nice stop and a nice pass to Kendrick Tyson, but Jacoby's pass goes astray. O'Neill passing it back. That was a foul by Emlyn Jacoby there, and a free kick that Mr. Mudd is going to take.
Quite a ways out of his box.
Yeah. Well, that was... we had a series of bad passes there. Don't even want to mention the players' names who made them. Caber's on the throw, but again, there's signs of fatigue on both teams. I think it's going to be interesting how the second. I'm beginning to wonder at this point whether the Eagles are playing overly hard or their players are flopping overly.
Too much.
I think there's maybe a little bit of both. Mudd is going to take the free kick again. Now, I did see a goal scored from there's a player, and I think it was a German player, I'm not sure, scored from like 70 yards. The goalie wasn't really even out that far. He was out maybe 20 yards, 25 yards, and he just hit it. He hit it so hard it went straight in on the fly. It's on YouTube.
That's a tough shot.
Yeah. That one you usually practice. See, there was O'Neill put a little shoulder in there that time. And I think that's another thing too. That's you're always going to see. Unfortunately, when you get fatigue, is you're going to see a little bit more physicality.
There's a card. Yep.
Well, that brings the crowd to life a little bit here. Not even sure what number that was.
That
Trying to keep
looks
on.
like your
Is it 14?
defensive mid there.
He's not. It's not the guy who got the assist. It's not Colton. It's not 14.
The one standing there right now that's got the
Yeah.
kind of got an attitude.
Right. He's got the hands on his hips there. If his attitude would just get him to turn his back for a second. Now you watch the ball. I'm going to watch the guy, Larry. I'll get his number. It does look like Erie is trying to take as much time for everything as possible here.
Well, I just noticed there's just some nastiness going on between both teams. That one of them gets in the back, the other turns around and gives it back, and back and forth and back and forth. There's a lot of that stuff just doesn't need to be done.
This is the guy who got the yellow card. I'm pretty sure it's 18, Sean Riley. Pretty sure that's him. Oh, here's the goal scorer again, Lafitte. And a nice ball. Wow, how did he miss that? And offsides, doesn't matter. But I don't know how that ball even wiggled through there. And since it wiggled through there, why it didn't go in the goal, I don't know. And if you look at the placement of the ball there, Larry, you think that's a place where the keeper should be coming out?
Almost definitely.
I mean, you're out of the box, but I mean, on a low ball like that, that's hard for your defenders to handle. Here's Kendrick Tyson on the ball again. And a little bit too much trickery there. And Latifi lost the ball. There's the ball, not quite. A little bit too much. That was from Cavers again. And it looks like that is the halftime whistle. And so let's just kind of wrap up what we had in the first half here. We had kind of a probing game to start with. And then the kind of lightning goal, I didn't even notice the time of it. It must have been in the late 30s here in the second half. On the assist by Billy Colton to Afrim Latifi. And we had just talked about a few minutes before that his speed. Mm-hmm. And then we learned he also has a pretty good shot.
Yes.
And so I'd say where in the early part of the game we were kind of, feeling each other out. And then after that, for a while, it looked like the Quad City Eagles had some of the advantage. Certainly, we have to say at the end of the half, it looked like Erie was coming on, and we were getting a little rattled. The game was getting a little physical, which I don't think is going to be to our advantage in the second half. So, your feelings, Larry? What do you think?
Well, I'm feeling. I agree with the feeling out in the first 5, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. And then, like you say, I think the Eagles were doing all right and playing some fairly good defense and keeping the ball down at their offensive third. And then it was almost like a a light went off and a light came on. A light went off for the Eagles and a light came on for the Admirals, and the Admirals just started taking control of it. And like you said,
All right. Here we are back with Jess Medina at the controls and Jens Rader speaking right now, and Larry Atkinson at my side. We're looking at the second half of the Midwest Regional Finals between the third place Erie Admirals out of the Great Lakes Conference against the first place team out of the Central Conference, our own Quad City Eagles. And the score at halftime is 1-0 for the visitors. On your screen, you will be seeing in the second half the Erie Admirals going from right to left. That would be towards the setting sun in the west. And your own Quad City Eagles going from left to right towards the east with their sun to the back of them. Fields that are like this east-west at this time of day as the sun is setting can be a problem for either team. The Erie goalie is going to have the sun in his eyes possibly later in the game. Oops. Mr. Mudd just took a spill there. On the other hand, it may also be a problem for the attacking players of the Quad City Eagles when crosses are put up if they're looking up into the sun. So it balances out somewhat, but and it's my opinion that soccer fields should all be configured north-south. Then you wouldn't have that problem. You still got the problem of wind and rain and sleet and all that, but all right, looks like at first glance here that that the Eagles are playing with the same configuration, and just a couple of players that I notice for the Admirals. I don't think there have been too many changes. Number 2 is number 2, Simon Brown. Yeah, we're going to see more of him this half because he's on our side of the field this time. And there he is. And number 18, Cavers on the ball, and John Sandoval to Kendrick Tyson. But he loses the ball from a hard challenge by number 8, Kevin Keenan for the Admirals. Peel there by Albrecht for a handball by the Erie player, but the official, Mr. Rosario, Edgar Rosario, waved it off. That was a ball from Shane Howard, but quickly ran out of bounds. Noticing a lot of bumping in the back as players are receiving the ball from both sides, and again, early in the game not being called by Mr. Rosario. Here we have number 11 on the ball, and Admirals keep possession. Number 11 is Deacon. Clatters into Sandoval, I believe that was. Yep, he's going up the field now. And here comes Kendrick Tyson. Still working hard on the ball. Looking to dribble through, but cleared by an Erie player. Again, some hard challenges here, going like they another one. Hard challenges with no calls being made. It seems like this is a pattern for our official today, that he is not making calls early on in each half.
Well, and like I say, I think the problem with that is, unless you're consistent through the whole half, when you change that midway through, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Therefore, you hear a lot of whistles in the second half. And
Hard shot by Shane Howard. Shane Howard, by the way, is, I believe, where is Shane Howard from? Oh, he's an Irish boy from Clonmore, Ireland. And all right, Dietrich with the goal kick. Long ball past the half line off of an Erie player. And again, a long ball through, but Dietrich out to meet it. Again, we're seeing early on in the half, again, might be part of the strategy of Erie at this point, is some longer balls. The so-called British type of play with a lot of Scottish, Irish, and English players. That is not surprising that you would find that. Oh, there's a central defender leaving his feet there. Not so good by Mr. Woods. There's Simon Brown with a ball up to Ramirez Bautista. Keeps control. And must have been out of touch. I don't think we've had any subs at all, have we, Larry?
no, not at all.
Not that I've seen. And Sandoval on the ball again. Pass to Tyson. To Cavers. To Tyson. Oh, trip in the box. Ramirez Bautista. Controlled by the Eagles here nicely. Tyson on the ball again. Needs support. Not given. Okay. Woods wins the ball. Takes the throw in to Ramirez Bautista. Ball through to Garza. But I don't know if they're going to call that as a foul or just a ball out of play. Either way, we didn't get to it. There was a little bit of a spark there for a while there. Some nice interpassing. The old problem of always knowing when to pass and when to dribble, you know. Are you hearing us in here, Larry?
No.
Are we on? Are we on? You can hear us? Okay.
Oh, you can hear us? I can't.
I can't hear us.
I
no.
can hear you talk.
Yeah.
But I can't hear.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
No. We're on? Okay. Okay. And now we're getting some feedback.
I'm not getting anything.
Willie Abbey, replacing number 11, Javier Ramirez Bautista.
Huh. Interesting. I thought Ramirez Bautista had shown some real life even in this half. And he's subbed out for Willie Cappy from Ashford University in Clinton, Iowa.
Lateral throw by Tom Davis.
Okay, Cavers on the throw to Simon Brown. To Jacoby. Throw in to the Admirals.
Another turnover.
Yep. Yep. The right back, Simon Brown, loses the ball out of bounds. Number 11, Daniel Deacon on the throw. Colton Howard. Looks like Deacon again. Back to number 14, Johnstone. Back to Johnstone from Howard. Sliding tackle. Here we go again with Cavers. And a blasted ball down the wing. I'm not quite sure I saw the point of that. All right, here it is to Jacoby. Outside to Brown. Pass intercepted. Brown tries to steal it back, but throw in Erie. Having trouble connecting things again here, I think, Larry.
Yeah, I'm not really understanding what they're trying to do. I mean, ultimately, of course, everybody wants to score, but they're not even really getting anything to set up to do that.
Now we're struggling with a little bit of just putting things together. And here when we have a ball, and then again an Erie player goes down off the ball. I didn't see the play. So, again, it's my question is it hard play by our players, or is it their players going down awfully easy? One of the things I was going to check here is their players. We said there were only a couple of American players on the team, and only one of them, number 18 so far, only one of them is playing. All the rest are either Aussies or Brits.
But even with that, though, I mean, if you look at that,
nice ball.
Neither one of those, I mean, the Brits or the Irish or the Aussies, they're not teams that participate in that kind of game where they go down all the time. I mean, if it was Brazil or something like that,
yeah,
I could see it.
Yeah. I understand exactly what you're saying. The thought occurred to me too. That's not the British style. The British style is generally, in fact, that's one of the things they complain about a lot, is when they get especially Latin players from Italy or Spain or from South America to come to Britain, and they're always accused of flopping. And that is, it's an issue in world soccer, as we talked about at halftime with Jess. But I don't know. I really don't know where this is going right now. It's just right now, the urgency that I hoped we would have to start the second half is missing, I think.
Well, I think, I hate to say it, but it looks like the Eagles is the one that has traveled.
Yeah.
To get to this game, and I'm not sure that that's.
I'm thinking these guys didn't take a plane to get here. I don't know.
I would imagine not.
They either took a bus or they drove in vans or something, So that.
Well, either way,
having made that trip, that's.
Yeah, I have a son that lives in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and that's farther away than Erie. Erie is up north, more central of the state. So it's probably.
Here we go. Come on, Garza.
I would say it probably at most a 10 and a half hour drive from Erie. But I mean, still that's a long drive. But
now, see, there's a good example. That play that led up to our scoring opportunity there. Geraldo Garza was controlling the ball, and I don't know what the Erie player was doing behind him, but all of a sudden he went down in a heap. And I think that's Latifi, the goal scorer. And he looks like the official is having him go off because they had to stop the game because he was down. But it's, well, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. He's walking over here with him. We have an interesting situation. Oh, they're calling the trainer over. The trainer from the Eagles is going over.
Well, he has now officially left the field. So.
Yeah. So the Admirals will be playing a man short here for the next few minutes. We'll see what we can do with that. We bring in our power play group. Is that what we
Yes.
do? Except that we might need that, because I think power is what we're, and strength and endurance is maybe what is lacking here a little bit. I'm not sure. It's just that they're I think everyone agreed at halftime that we had to get a goal here, and I don't know. I'm a little stressed, a little confused.
Yeah, because we're what? Oh, it's
58 minutes. We've got.
But we're 13 minutes in.
Yeah. We've played 13 minutes. You're right. Yeah, we've only got 32 minutes left to play. And we are complaining about a lot of calls. I think we may be gamed at some point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like Latifi is coming back in. That was real interesting. I was watching the half line there, and the referee had called Latifi in. Latifi was talking to the fourth official and didn't see him call him in. And then Latifi was upset because he wasn't let in, and the fourth official told him to go in when the ball was in play. If you can hear the Erie the coach, he's calling how many times. So from the Erie perspective, it's the excessive fouling on the Eagles' part that's causing all this mayhem, when we may see it a little bit differently from our perspective. But whatever it is, it's not good for the Eagles right now.
Well, it's not good for soccer. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, the game's kind of degraded
Yeah.
here, degenerated into something less. And there were signs in the first half that this could be an interesting game, you know, with the British style against more of a passing style by our guys. And, oh my God, that guy's wide open. Oh, wow. That was... Well, we got out of it, but that was through no fault of our own that we got out of that. We're in the D there, and we're making sloppy passes over 5 yards. You know, it's. Oh, that ball got through. Here we go. This is Kendrick Tyson on the dribble. Nice ball in the middle. And there's a new guy, Cappy, on the ball. Let's see what he's got here. And Sandoval on the ball. Now we're putting some things together. Again, I think this is the type of thing that, a little bit of a cheeky back heel that was a little bit, didn't have enough cheek on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think sometimes, especially when you're behind, it is important to not necessarily play direct, that you're playing long balls all the time, but that you're playing simple. You know, don't make hard passes, make simple passes. Cappy on the ball again. Touch takes him away. Another, again, we're making
silly passes, I think.
Well, we're... Oh, we almost broke through there, though. You know, if I had to give an evaluation here, Larry, skill-wise, I think our players, when you notice their touch on the ball, their dribbling skills, and overall their passing skills, although we've seen a couple of bad ones here. Well, that was a shoulder-to-shoulder charge. I think the exclamation afterwards could have warranted a card. That it seems that when we get the ball and there's always some kind of breakdown, you know, and I'm not sure if the Admirals are calling the, you know, are making this happen, or if we're doing it to ourselves. But let's hope we see some change here, because we are now less than 30 minutes, and that may seem like a lot of time. And it may seem like a lot of time to Erie right now when they've got to hold a 1-goal lead. But time passes pretty quickly if you're not making progress here, which I think is what we're not doing. There's no improvement that I see over the end of the first half. Dietrich made a nice save there. Again, did you notice that, Larry? Dietrich came out very hard trying to get the ball out. Team not exactly sprinting up the field, And again, I'd be the last to say that I could be doing that sprint, but it's just that urgency is missing here to get that goal that we absolutely need. Nice long ball again. That Geraldo Garza has some real power in and distance in his left foot there. Now we need, I think, I'm just going to say it here at this point, we need to win the ball here and make something happen here. I mean, it may not be a goal, but let's get a shot on goal here. Okay, we've got control of the ball. That wasn't stolen away immediately, but this is good. Here's Geraldo Garza again on the ball. A nice chip to Tyson. Tyson chests it down, turns with it, still on the ball. Eduardo Garza stumbles, a ball through, and nobody going after it except the Admirals, and fortunately they didn't know that, and they cleared it when the guy was sliding. Probably could have stood up and dribbled it. The second and third effort there, I think, was failing there. I mean, Eduardo Garza, when he went down, he didn't look for a penalty or anything. He got up right away and won the ball again, and that resulted in that ball going through. But there's nobody else going after the ball, which we need here at this point. That header was clearly won by the Admirals. So my thesis in the first half that we had that advantage, maybe not true. Right now, there's not much advantage here. We need to keep possession for a while and make something happen. We still got the throw in here. Looks like Geraldo Garza is our long throw specialist. You know a little bit something about that too.
Yeah.
You had a son that did that for us in the old days. That is a nice long throw. Let's see what happens. Knocked down. Here's Simon Brown bringing the ball up. Ball into the middle, cleared. There's Cappy on the ball. Oh, that was, I think there may have been a bump before there, but there's a case of one of their players losing it. 22, Billy Colton spun our Javid Wood around like a top, right in the line of vision of the official. So actually a good sign, I think, for the Eagles if the other team is losing their cool a little bit here. So hopefully we can take advantage of it. Of course, the free kick is from a long way off and right at Mr. Mudd.
Well, and we can't possibly hear what is being said on the field, but I'm sure there are little tidbits said into each player that can get into their.
Oh, you mean by the other players? Yeah.
Yep, by the other players. Back and forth, I'm sure.
All right, and that was Garza to Brown to Kendrick Tyson. Little long touch. Kendrick Tyson battling. Taken down. No call. I think if that had been anywhere other than the edge of the box, it would have been a different situation there. And I tell you, my officiating skills and time was limited, but to me, I would have given a free kick there at the edge of the box. Not a penalty, because it was so far away. There was no clear scoring opportunity. I don't care where the ball or player or whatever was in, but it was close enough to the box. It was definitely a takedown. And rather than a no call, that's another yellow card. Now, all of a sudden, we're seeing that he's got a whole deck of 52 cards here. That's on I know that guy. Howard, that's Howard. So I've got 3 yellow cards for the Admirals already. That may play a role here at the end of the game. if one of these guys picks up a second. We'll see.
And now, yeah, because not only that, if they continue this way and go on to win and they get a second yellow, they're out for that next game.
Yeah. Well, that was, I think that was Geraldo Garza again on that long ball, and Kendrick Tyson got his head on it. I think it is a goal kick. Eagles players were appealing for a corner kick there. Mr. Muds headed out by Cappy nicely there. Geraldo Garza on the ball. Cappy.
He punted that ball out of there from where he was at. That was all of 65, almost 65 yards in the air.
Throw-in goes to the Admirals again. We're going down now to the 69th minute. We're looking at only 20 minutes left in regulation. Ball out to Eduardo Garza. And Simon Brown to Sandoval. Back to Cavers. Long ball to Sandoval. And a miscommunication between Sandoval and Kendrick Tyson, and the ball just played out of bounds.
Well, the one thing I will say, I've seen this Eagle team play before, and I've seen them maybe not as sloppy as this game has been, but they've struggled, and it seems like the last 5 minutes of the game that for some reason they got the power to turn it on and get a result when they really didn't deserve it. But they can do it, so.
Okay, it looked like Wood took that one in the face. Again, out of bounds. Number 15, Jared Ott, the first player from Erie, Pennsylvania here, coming out onto the field. And also number 23, Carl Jones, who's another English player. Oh! Wow. Latifi's out.
Sending in another defender, though.
Yeah.
I think they figured they got the game. So we're going to play defense.
So the guys that made the assist and the goal are both out of the game. All right.
They actually have 6 from the defensive center back.
I'm saying this is going to be a mistake. I think they underestimate how good we can be. We just haven't been very good today. I think the Eagles have the potential to exploit this. It looks like Carl Jones is the only guy up front now. I would guess that they're going to try to just knock him through. There's Emlyn Jacoby on that ball. Simon Brown made a nice pass. Or maybe it was Cavers, I'm not sure. But all right, we got 20 minutes, Larry. What are your predictions? I'll tell you mine is first. We're gonna score a goal here. We're gonna score a goal. We're gonna tie this game up. We're gonna punish Erie for underestimating us.
Well, my feeling was that we were going to end the game in a tie and go into OT.
Okay.
That was my feeling.
Another ball won by Javid Wood. Ball up to let's see, this is the new boy. Oh, he's got pace, but Javid Wood does too. So throw into the Eagles. Well, let's see if we're both right. Hopefully we're both right. Mm-hmm. Since we're basically predicting the same thing, aren't we?
Yep. I think
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it sooner rather than later myself. There was a miscommunication there between Jacoby and Albrecht, two players who
Have been playing together.
have been
for a
playing
while.
together for 3 years.
And their keeper for the Erie Admirals has been really pretty decent. He's been on top of everything, and he really hasn't had a whole lot of shots on him.
No. Chip over the top. Okay, Cappy to Brown. Brown a long, hopeful ball. That. Oh, wow! The throw-in winds up going to the Eagles. Let's see if we got to bring some numbers up here. I think we've got, like you said, we've got 6, 7, 8, 9 Admirals back.
Well, here they have one forward and we have two defenders on him. Why? I don't quite understand. And he's pulled up, so we got two defenders at half.
Chip ball to the middle. This could be promising. Yes! Ow! That was from Albrecht, I believe, to Garza. Nice header, but saved by Mudd.
Just need more of those chances.
Yep. Again, a throw in for the Eagles. The Admirals do seem like they're willing to give us possession at this point. They're kind of saying, here, take the ball and see what you can do with it, you know? And I think we need to, like, rather than making cross-field passes like that, now I know what's going to happen here. We still have 15 minutes left in the game. I mean, maybe we're just gassed. I'm not sure. But you know what that was all about? It was to get Geraldo Garza the ball to hit a long ball again, and that has been dangerous at times. But I have trouble seeing us scoring from that. I think if they're going to give us the ball, let's have at them. You know, go at them.
Yeah.
Don't just try to hit a long ball over the top of them. All right, Geraldo Garza,
Yep.
Mr. Brown handballs it. Simon Brown.
It's out about 36 yards, but it's still pretty dangerous.
Now see, just as, okay, we're getting another substitution for the Eagles. Number 26, Charles McInnes is coming in, and number 9, Eduardo Garza is out. Yeah. Oh, that there wasn't much good about those two touches on the ball at all. So McInnes. Yes, that's ow!
Nice opportunity there.
Yeah.
We just got to finish those.
I was lost for words there. I knew we had an opportunity. There was again Kendrick Tyson. McInnes apparently plays with him at St. Ambrose in Davenport, so maybe that we can see some more flashes of that type of thing here in the waning minutes. We're down to 13 minutes at this point. Albrecht hits another long ball. Garza shielded the ball nicely to get the goal kick. I would say Geraldo Garza has been the most impressive player for me on the Eagles team today.
He has by far done the most.
Yeah. Oh, there's a foul called by the linesman that the official agreed with. I think Kendrick Tyson has been subjected to a lot more than that today. Javid Wood, one of our taller players, is coming up top. And Mr. Brown is going to put in a cross here.
I have a good feeling about this.
Off the post. Off the post. And that was Sandoval that headed it off the post.
I had a good feeling about it. It just wasn't quite good enough.
Yep. But it's something. Let's build on it. Let's build on it. Here we go. Cappy. There we go. To Brown. That was a nice flighted ball by him. Over the top. McInnes.
A lot of high-driven balls. It's just
still time.
Real easy to waste time though with all that kind of kicking around.
About 10 minutes. Here comes Kendrick Tyson. Here comes Kendrick Tyson. Tough. I didn't see a clear opportunity to pass there. Obviously, the dribble didn't work either. So it was one of those kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't situation, you know. And now we have Michael Davis coming into the game from Berry College. The last substitution for the Eagles. He's coming in for Simon Brown.
And from listening to the crowd, he must have some supporters here.
Yep. It looks like the Eagles maybe have gone with Mr. Davis coming in here, or maybe only playing with three backs. Chip ball through nicely again by Geraldo Garza, excuse me. And again, it looked like I really thought the Eagles player was literally thrown down there, but no call. Again, we're letting the ball roll a great deal with less than 9 minutes left. And some trickery by the Wolfman. We are behind in this game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Jacoby, long ball. Geraldo Garza was stepping forward there. Another ball to Geraldo Garza. I think that's one of the things they did is they pushed Geraldo up to try to.
Oh no! See, he just backed right into it. That's just that kind of play drives me crazy.
You want to explain that, Larry? When you say backed into it?
The offensive player, the forward, the defensive player was going to head the ball out of there, and he did head the ball out, but the defensive player, excuse me, just turned his back and kept backing up right into him, and
no call.
And no call.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of those little that we sometimes tend to call professional fouls. Oh, we get the throw in there. There's that I don't think either you or I like as part of the game. that have not been called tonight at all.
Yeah.
Those. Long throw.
And I think it's those chippy little fouls like that are not called that ends up leading to the big fouls. And
Yeah.
neither one of them are good.
Wind is picking up a little bit. Must make it a little bit cooler. Yes! McInnes. Nice turn and a move. Throw into Cappy.
Keep the pressure on.
Kendrick Tyson on the ball. Players yelling at our ball people. I don't think that's a good thing.
Well, it's time that they take notice and start saying, "Hey, we got to get moving here." But
yeah, there's only
yelling
5.
at the ball people is not the time to do it.
Yep. Look at all the hands-on stuff going on here. Now they called it again, you know. Again, the consistency I think is what both you and I always have a problem.
The linesman called that though.
I actually think this linesman on our side here has made a number of calls that haven't been made by the center ref. I would like to have seen Geraldo Garza score on that, but because he has had such a good game. All right, Mudd with the goal kick here. And at this point, we're down to about the last 4 minutes as our PA announcer just announced the time will be kept on the field for the last 5 minutes. And again, a through ball that didn't find a teammate. So. Throw in for the Eagles. Woods on the ball. Wood, excuse me, not Woods. Long ball, high in the air. Sandoval on the header. Tyson, McInnes can't get to it. A long ball sent out. Davis, the stealing header. Admirals have the throw in again.
You know, this looks like, and I know that the Eagles have a better record than the Erie team does, but we don't know how many times Erie has been in the playoffs. We know this is the Eagles' first time. Mm-hmm. It almost looks like it's their first time. There's no experience there. It looks like to me that the Admirals have a little bit more playoff experience.
Could be.
Like I say, I don't know, but...
Well, a lot of the teams out east have been around for a long time in various leagues and so forth. I don't know if Erie is one of them. I'm not familiar with this team. But still, let's face it, we had we had some opportunities. We still may have some. We're not
Sure.
done yet. We've still got a couple minutes left. But it is. Well, let me put it this way. When 2 years ago we started doing these. When we started doing these games with Jess and for the Eagles, I had no idea what to expect, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by the level of play that we saw. Wonderful passing, wonderful play overall, and I'm missing that, I guess, is the most polite way to say that. I'm missing it. And I still see the potential for it there, but for whatever reason in this game, maybe they've been playing this way all year. That's why they have a record with with only 2 losses and 1 tie. But all right, so they're subbing out for injury. So Dan Howell is coming in, and Johnstone, the Aussie, is out. Oh, somebody else limping off the field now. Seeing maybe a little gamesmanship on the part of Erie here. Cappy on the ball. This may be one of the last opportunities here.
Oh,
the new player knows how to fall down too.
and I really didn't see anything there.
I think there was a little bit of a shove
Was there?
Yeah. Didn't warrant the.
Well, did the linesman call that? Because he most definitely had the closest view of that.
Yeah. We've got another step in the action.
Well, I'm still hoping that they can score. But all said and done, I think the Eagles have done themselves proud. They have made the playoffs. Going into next year, they know what to expect now. Maybe we'll see a different result.
Yep. I do think it's a milestone for the Eagles that they've made the playoffs. I think if we would have 3 years ago said that was even a possibility, I mean, although they did have that first season wasn't bad either. But 7 minutes? Did he say 7 minutes left? Wow.
I just thought he said another minute, but
Oh.
I can't believe with all the stoppages they've had in the second half that it would be just a minute. But there has been no goal scoring, so.
That's another one of those calls there, Larry. Kurt Albrecht there was going after the ball. He hit it, he kicked it backwards. The linesman is standing right there, of course. But there's one player making a play for the ball. The other players are all standing around. Why not give the benefit of the doubt to the player that's trying to make the call instead of going absolutely by the letter of the law there, especially late in a game like this. Obviously, look at here again, we get this patty cake that teams love to do in the corner, which is about as anti-soccer as you can get, and that linesman has set this up. If Albrecht's ball had been allowed to go out, we would have continued to play, Nothing. Nothing there. Yeah, the time wasting here continues. I do think that, I don't know if they bring this over from Britain, that they know how to do this type of gamesmanship. I don't think there's nothing good about it, in my opinion. I mean, it may secure the win for him, but
guarantee somebody's going down there.
there we go. Smart to keep it in. Wow. Another yellow card. And I think, I'm trying to think of how effective these yellow cards have been in the game to make it a nicer game. I think it's almost the contrary, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I mean, they're not too little, because I think there's now a total of at least 5 or 6 yellow cards, but it hasn't sent any kind of a message. It's and still, I'm not sure there. That's a good example. Did Jacoby pull him down, or did Mr. Jones just flop? Jacoby gets a yellow card here. This may get real nasty before we get to drive home. Well, let's see. It's like follow the bouncing ball. I don't even know. I mean, how do you even? You can't even do play-by-play there. So now we get a free kick. Now I've been thinking Jacoby maybe has lost a step here.
I was going to say that earlier on. We haven't mentioned his name all game.
No. And but this, I remember seeing him score on this. I think it was that first game against the Chicago Fire where we have close to 1,000 fans.
Yeah.
So I would like to see the Eagles rewarded with a tie here, even though they haven't played great. But I think the gamesmanship of the Erie Admirals is maybe going to be rewarded.
Yeah. It's a good thing you waited there.
2 minutes is what I heard their coach say. That would be about right if the guy said 7
Yep.
originally. That's a lot of time. But we've just had so few real opportunities here. Offside.
And that's the game.
That is the game. 1-0 for the visiting Erie Admirals. Goals scored in the first half by Afrim Latifi with an assist from Billy Colton. And this brings to an end, or not. What are we doing here?
I definitely heard the whistle in the game.
Yeah.
Score is 1-0. I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of argument here.
I see Kurt Albrecht shaking hands with the Erie goalie, and apparently the problem is with the officials, and a red card for number 11, Daniel Deacon. Apparently something was said after the game to the officials, and this has to be, the coach was trying to end that, but
I'm not really sure that that's a good thing for this game at this point. That is just that is what this game has been all about, that last card, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. It's almost a fitting way for the game to end. So, well, we're gonna shut off here, aren't we, Jess? So, for Jess Medina and Larry Atkinson, this is Jen Schrader. We're signing off. Not the way we hoped the game would end, but hopefully we'll get to do this again some next year, and we'll have more success at that time and a little bit better soccer, I think. It'd be the best.
Congratulations to the Eagles for the fine season they did have.
Yes, congratulations to the Eagles, and hopefully the Admirals will do well as they continue on. Thank you very much.
Good night.